Hello and welcome to She's at the Vicarage. Today we are in the garden.
And part of the reason we're in the garden is because all my starts are sprouting quite rapidly in the laundry. The peppers, the tomatoes, the stocks, the sweet peas, the onions, the peas, all ready to be planted out. So let's go. One of the big problems I had last year was snails in my pots, and so you'll notice I put some old snail stuff in the bottom. It's kind of like broken eggshells. It stinks, and I inherited it from a previous vicar, but I've put that in the bottom. And then, as you can see from the insert picture, I put some compost into the pot, and then I'm planting my zinnias in this pot here using a pencil, trying to channel my inner Monty Don to use a pencil to put them in. Unfortunately, I manhandled them quite a lot, so now, looking back, not many of them have survived, but I tried with my zinnias. Then I decided to plant my stocks in this planter here, so again, putting some slug repellent underneath the bottom so they can't get into the roots, and then planting out my stocks in these pots here. Again, using a pencil. And by this point I'd remembered another of Monty Don's tips is to hold it by the leaf, so I tried to pick them up, release them, and then pick them up by their leaves to plant them in this planter. I do love this planter and I hope that they grow in it. Last year it wasn't very successful. As you'll notice, some of the pots have broken, and so I do have some plastic pots filling the holes as well, just to kind of plant them all out. This is a rabbit hutch that I'm using as a frame to lean on as I plant them out, using up some of the old compost to put in the bottom of another pot and then adding some more compost. This time I'm going to plant out some of my sweet peas into the pot. Ideally I'd want to plant the sweet peas straight into the garden, but maybe you can see behind me it's slightly overgrown, the area that I want to plant the sweet peas into, and so until I've cleared that area it's worth planting these out into a pot and giving them a bit more space, so that's what I'm doing. Any of the other ones that I'm planting out, I'm planting into these pots here. And then putting that out, trying to find a place where the slugs can't get at it, but the sun will do to enable growth. Then I planted out my onions in this big pot. Hopefully, I tried to plant my onions in the ground last year, and within a night the badgers had dug up all my onions, so I'm trying to plant them in this pot and then putting it in this rabbit run to see maybe that the badgers can't get to them, and hopefully they will grow. And I tried to put some of the slug repellent over the top as well to try and prevent it. Then I planted some kale seeds into that pot. Planted out some peppers, some more sweet peas. This area is my veg patch, and I cleared it enough to plant the peas in. So these are all the plants that I have planted out so far. Still got some more to go. Planted out some mint, and then I've also put the sweet peas into individual pots. They need to go in the garden. Kept some of the tomatoes inside and some in the greenhouse. The greenhouse isn't quite complete, so that's the best I can do. And then I ventured outside. This is the circle that I worked on a few videos ago, probably a couple of years ago now. You can see it's gone a bit overgrown, so the last job to do with the planting today is to clear this front circle, make it a bit more inviting for people. And it's a matter of just clearing out all of the vegetation in this plot. It's all kind of nettles and grass, old daffodil shoots. I did take out the daffodil bulbs to dry. You can actually see the structure from the sweet peas last year are still in place. I have just not dealt with it. So this is the plot cleared, and then it was a case of planting in. I did get one plant when I went out with my over 50s group, and so that's gone in. Some old pansies from our Mother's Day that didn't get given to people, they can go in, and then trying to attach my sweet peas in as well. Hopefully some new life brought into this front circle. The pansies definitely needed to go out of the pots, they are very large. And that plant will go in, and then hopefully the sweet peas will grow up these structures and look beautiful. So that's the front circle done. A good job done. And then the thing that I fail to do most of the time is to actually clear up after myself and then leave, and then there's loads and loads of pots to wash up. And so this year I thought I'd wash as I go. I've actually then reused some of these pots, but cleaning up the pots as I go so that they're clean to come to next time, I thought was a very good idea. Not normally like me, but that's what I'm doing this time. Cleaning up these pots. That I just quickly showed you, it's a bit sped up, but that pot actually was broken, so I decided to get rid of it straight away rather than holding on to broken things. Then left the pots out to dry. And that's me for this week. Next week I think we're in the garden again, if I remember correctly. But I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope God blesses you with this sunshine and that you appreciate his beautiful creation. And I will see you again soon. Bye.